Hi guys, welcome back to Sim UK and Bomber Crew. I have some good news and some bad news. The bad news first, and the bad news is that after the previous episode, which by the way, I'm glad some of you enjoyed, not everybody enjoyed that little, just a bit of a laugh, bit of a giggle, Halloween special. Yeah, it turns out that after that I didn't shut the game down properly and I have lost that game save point. Now, that's pretty annoying at first, but there is a plus side to it. And the plus side is that Mr. Dagwin and Mr. Moose are still with us. Yay! So we'll just put that down to a horrible, horrible nightmare of an episode. And for some of you, it really was a horrible nightmare of an episode. And for that, I apologise. But for those of you who found it funny and saw the lighter side of things, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you had a giggle. That's what it was intended for. And big thumbs up for that. Now, before I go into this game, I've been thinking about it a lot. I really, really like this game. Seriously into this game. But it looks, when you look at the graphics and the way things are done, it kind of feels like a bit of a childish, bit of a light-hearted, giggly kind of game. But it isn't. It's actually very, very in-depth, and it's highly realistic. It's even realistic in a historical perspective. A lot of the missions that you go on and support are actual real World War II missions. In addition to that, there are certain features and aspects during the upgrade process that you need to take into consideration. And one of these things is, for example, engines. Now, I upgraded this engine to a Mark II. Thankfully, one of you smart people out there who's paying attention have pointed out that what I haven't done, let me just turn that down a bit because that's really loud. What I haven't done is upgrade any of the other engines. So I only upgraded one engine, which was just an oversight from my perspective. Now, at the end of the day, guys, this is the reason why I can't import the new gun turret systems, etc. Because we don't have enough weight, we don't have a strong enough engine to lift the weight off the ground. So that is definitely holding us up. I need to spend a bit more time thinking about how I upgrade and do these things, because they are absolutely tantamount to being able to complete some of the tougher missions. If I took this aeroplane, which is basically a bit like a paper mache paper aeroplane, if I took that into the heart of Germany to try and take on the Luftwaffe, we would end up in lots of, we'd end up looking like Swiss cheese, basically. And that's not what we want. So I am going to have to think about, seriously, give some more time and attention to setting up the aircraft, etc, etc, etc. So we haven't got any money this time round, but what we can do, I'm sure there's something we can do. So let's have a look. I would very much like, so we got first aid and a parachute there. At least I think that's a parachute. I'm fairly sure it's a parachute. But I'm going to go for double first aid because I don't want to lose any of the crew. We saw how easily it can happen in the last episode, and definitely don't want it to happen again. Now, the fire extinguisher I have not used once, and I don't really know how that's going to work. Is that to put fires out inside the plane? I can only assume that's what it's for. So we ought to have one, because if the plane's on fire, and we don't have a single fire extinguisher, I think we're going to have a really tough time. Something I've noticed recently as well is that grabbing the first aid box is actually quite difficult in the game. Excuse me. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. Just to cheer you up, cheers. Have a good old solid English cup of tea. Ah, beautiful. Which should indicate that we'll pass this mission with flying colours. Now, engines are going to be the priority here, and excuse me, sorry. Although we don't have enough to upgrade the remaining engines just yet, I'm actually quite interested in getting the Armoured Engine Mark II, which we should unlock relatively soon. Sorry guys. We should be able to unlock that relatively quickly, so I'm going to hold off buying any engines until we've got that. Once the engines are in place, we can upgrade the guns. Once the guns are upgraded, we should be able to take out enemy fighters a lot easier, because at the moment we're barely holding them off, and that is not good, especially seeing as it's going to get more difficult as the game progresses. So that's all I really wanted to say on that. I'm sure I've forgotten a few things that I wanted to say. Oh, upgrading the crew. This is definitely another aspect that I need. In fact, let's do this now. This is something we can afford. We've got 880. Now, someone did point out to me that it is possible to have full presets. So let's see the basic pilot set. That's going to cost us £50. So let's do that. Squirrel. We don't have the engineer set yet. We haven't unlocked it. But we can give him a basic armoured set because we want to keep him safe, because he basically keeps the plane in one piece. So although that's expensive, £260, we're going to do that. Daggerwin, again, he's the navigator, isn't he? Is he the navigator? Yes, he is. So that's £100, goodness me. Mr. Moose, the radio operator set, it's another £100. We've got 370 left. Afro, basic gunner set, equip, with a slightly better helmet. Hopefully he won't get shot up quite so much. I'd love to put the armoured kit on these boys, but we just don't have the money. So we've got £90 left for OB, the Bombardier. Let's hope that he's £30. Well, that's lucky. That's very lucky. Right, okay, well, we've got a crew that look like a proper crew, and hopefully that's going to keep them safer and a lot happier up in the air. Let's hope so anyway. It's definitely an improvement, I think, and let's go to the briefing and pick something to do. Right, now we've got a critical mission here, Operation Hydra, which is most likely a real life World War II mission, and it takes the enemy armor down for the next 2 missions. So I mean, that is a really big mission. But like I say, with our current engines and our current guns, we'll not even make it there. And it's kind of ridiculous for me to even consider the idea, because we're just not going to make it. So it'd be a waste of time and energy and effort and everything else. The Tot battery ammo dumps. Now, the Tot battery has been raining down artillery on the English Channel, on the English coast, sorry. Our current bombs aren't able to penetrate it, but we can starve it of ammunition. Destroy the ammo dumps supplying the guns, and that takes them down for the next 2 missions. So, if we take this out, that will give us 2 missions without these guns being active, which means that we can do 1 more practice mission before taking on that big mission. Now, if we're successful on both of those missions, then at that point we should theoretically have accumulated enough money to upgrade all the engines and at least half the guns, I would hope. That's the plan. That's the plan, guys. Hopefully you can get behind that. Whew. Let's do it. Am I ready? I don't feel ready, but let's do it. Okay, boys. Big one today. Big one today. We've got to get this right. Corrales, get us airborne, please, sir. Heading confirmed. I'm trying to use the number buttons today, but that can go horribly wrong. So just hope for the best, really. I'll do the best I can. But I've realised that this game is pretty full on, and trying to talk to you whilst doing this properly is actually very, very difficult. So there's a good chance that I'm not going to be able to say or do anything other than play the game whilst I'm playing the game, if that makes sense. Incidentally, before we go over the English Channel and all hell breaks loose, it would be really good if you guys could start providing me with a couple of YouTubers' names, maybe some of your favourites, or even maybe your names if you want to be part of the crew, because as and when we do lose people, we are going to need to replace them. And I've got a few more YouTubers that I would consider my favourites that I'd like to replace them with, but ultimately I'm interested to hear your suggestions as well. Right, time to switch off, and I've already forgotten to put us on lean, which is what we want to do on the way out there. Try and oh man, is that the target? That's the target already. Right, Corrales, drop us down. OB. Oh man, I'm already fingers and thumbs here. Get on it, mate. Open the doors, select the bombs. Fighters. Wow, I am panicking already. I am all over the place right now. Bomb's gone. I am not in any way interested in taking unnecessary risks at this moment in time. This is get in, get out, get home. Get everybody home. Bomb's gone. Fighters coming in. Oh wow, where is that heading? Okay, close the doors, mate. Get back on your gun, OB. So they still got focus, that's good. Corrales, get us high, please, buddy. Get us away from those flat guns. How are we doing for enemy? Have we got them all in? No. There's a couple here that we haven't picked out. Focus. Focus. And in fact, Squirrel. Oh wow, I am fingers and thumbs. Squirrel, get on the gun, mate. Get on the gun, mate. New heading, new heading. I'd really love it. What's this? That was weird. I'd really love it if I think they're leaving us alone. Oh, look at this. Forgot to reload the guys. It's nice to have the hotkeys, by the way. R and R is for reload. R and R. R is for reload, and I think we're home safe, guys. I think we're home safe. Right, let's get Squirrel back on his main position. This is another thing as well. It's good and it's bad in that when you're trying to click on something and the plane is kind of doing this, it makes you click on the wrong thing, and that could really destroy everything, being honest. Right, lower the gear. That was 100% successful, that mission. I am so happy that went that well. We destroyed both ammo storage sites. We didn't get shot up too badly, really. And that's going to bring in quite a few pennies, and that hopefully will allow us to upgrade our engines, which will then in turn allow us to upgrade our guns, which will make us more effective a fighting unit. That's the plan, that's the hope. Home safely, boys. It's the tea, you're right, it's the tea that did it. Cup of tea makes everything go better. Okay, mission results. Mission success, 1,200 for that. Return to base, 800. No slow time bonus, £80. I think that should be higher than £80. I won't be using slow time. Probably quite stupidly, I won't be using slow time. But Corrales, has returned. Squirrel, everybody's returned. Everybody's absolutely 100% fine. Is anyone going to upgrade? Yes, Corrales is now level 5. Squirrel is level 5. Dagwin is level 5. Mr. Moose is level 4, very nearly level 5. Quody Afro is now level 5. Doofer is now level 5. This is great. I assume we can train these guys on a few... Oh, quickly heal injuries on other conscious members of your crew. Advanced first aid. That is excellent. That is really good news. I was thinking about this the other day though, and I do kind of feel like Obi being the medic is kind of the wrong choice, because he is the only person who can man that front gun really, and yeah, taking him out for long periods of time does leave us kind of exposed, I guess, is the problem. But so Mr. Squirrel, primary skill as an engineer, lean and boost, blah 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 blah. We can upgrade this guy. We can definitely upgrade Squirrel, and I'm going to think very hard. Maybe he's a good man to be first aid, or a pilot. We definitely need a second pilot, I think. Okay, I'm going to have a jolly good think about this before I go ahead and do it, guys. So this will be ready for the next episode. But that went really flipping well, and I'm really chuffed. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you did. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some feedback, some appreciation if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down and I'll stop making them. Simple as that, really. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. Take care of yourselves till next time. Goodbye.